Welcome to Ugovi Sports Center, where we analyze football. This is week 4 of the English Premier League. The match is played over the weekend. So here we analyze all the matches as it was played. Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. Final score and scorers. Martin Zubimendi, 32 minutes. Victor Gyökeres, 46 minutes. And Zubimendi again, 79 minutes. Tactics and trends. Arsenal used wit and quick interchanges down the flanks to stretch Forest. The team's new signings combined well in transition, and Arsenal punished Forest on the counter right after half-time. That's that Gyökeres goal. Immediately, second half started. It killed the opposition spirit. Turning point. Gyökeres' early second half goal killed Forest momentum. Exactly. I said it. Then the second Zubimendi strike at 79 minutes sealed the result. Players who performed very well. Zubimendi, a brace. He did very well in that game. He really showed he's a great midfielder. I rate him. Excellent timing and arriving in the box, that is Gyökeres, provided the focal point in another game. Here is Bournemouth and Brighton. It ended in 2-1 in favor of Bournemouth. This game is one of the watch-out games last weekend because of the type of football the both teams play. Because of early injuries, do you understand? Brighton was not able to impose their style of play because after the injury, their game pattern was changed. So Bournemouth took the advantage, pressed them so high, convert their goals, and what sealed the game was the spot kick, the penalty, which was converted by Semenyo, which earned Bournemouth the much needed 3 points and victory. So standard players, Scott and Semenyo, they really performed very well in that game. I give it to Semenyo. He's a great guy. Bournemouth has a quality in that guy. He's going to deliver more goals and more assists. Watch out for him in the coming weeks. He will deliver. Another game is Brentford-Chelsea. As a Chelsea fan, that was the game that really pained me so much, honestly. The game really pained me so much, This game is a game where you expect Chelsea to secure the much needed 3 points for them to be in the race for the title this season. Though going from history, after any international break, Chelsea never find it easy to win a game. Go and check the history. After an international break, Chelsea has never found it easy to win a game. The best result they can get is draw. And so I think the backline of Chalobah with Fofana, I don't think it's working because in that game, Chalobah was pressing high. I don't know. Maybe it's from the manager's instruction, but Chalobah Tosin really match themselves. They understand the game between themselves. So that game ended in 2-2 draw, but it was a beautiful game because Palmer came in to do the Kopama show, and Moses Caicedo, proved one time that it's a way to do midfielder. So I think Champions League football is coming, so most of the players were rested. So let's see what happens in the next game against Bayern Munich. Manchester United. Honestly, yesterday the game between Manchester City and the Manchester United. Will I say it was a one-sided game? I expected a both team to score a game, but Man U will still be Man U. Manchester United will remain Manchester United. A brace from Haaland, you know, and an opener from Foden sealed the much needed 3 points. Manchester United, I don't know if the problem is the players or the manager. Take for instance, Onana that left United a few days ago to Trabzonspor. Yesterday he was rated 8.7, 5-star. Come and see great saves from Onana. So I begin to imagine: is the problem, is it from the management, or from the team, or from the coach, or from the players? Do you understand? But anyway, I give it to Manchester City. They show superiority over Manchester United. And again, Donnarumma has already announced his arrival in the Premier League. Come and see some great saves. It was massive. I think Manchester City have gotten the keeper they needed. So I believe if they keep on this way, they're gonna fly high. Another game is game between Tottenham and West Ham. West Ham was solid in the game. It was a goalless first half. West Ham was so solid at the back of defense. Tottenham, with their squad, they really tried to penetrate, but they couldn't in the first half. Not until second half, when they sent a West Ham player off. So within 19 minutes, Tottenham was able to break the defense and score 3 goals. So three half goals from Tottenham sealed the much needed victory. So this stands to tell me, does it mean Tottenham, with what they signed, will still struggle to win games? Because West Ham, they are not too strong the way they were the team was last season. Do you understand? So Tottenham, if you guys cannot beat a team with that red card, that means much work is needed. But kudos to Tottenham. They really did well. The much needed victory and points, they got it. So I think they'll be going to the Champions League with high morale. So, and I hope they continue this way. But if West Ham continue to put this display they did against Tottenham, they will go far. Let's see how it goes. Congrats to Tottenham. They made it in the last weekend. This is the match between Fulham and Leeds. Leeds, let me say this: Leeds, they are beginning to put a threat on other teams. The way they play, their flank, their wingers that are too fast. Like, Leeds are playing a fantastic football. I must say the truth. They are playing a fantastic football, but their conversion rate is too poor. They need that clinical finisher that can convert ball into goals. I think that's the major challenge. Though kudos to Fulham, they were able to seal a 1-0 victory. They much needed 3 points. Thanks to own goal. Because if not the own goal, it would have been a goalless draw. But God of Soccer was on the side of Fulham. So Fulham secured the needed victory. Also, Fulham, they were patient with the ball. They were patient. Like, their tactical approach to the game was felt. It was felt. But they need to add more. Fulham is a bright team to watch this season. They have secured some good signings that will prove some points in the Premier League. Watch out for Fulham. They are a good team. They're gonna go well. They will do well. Honestly, they will do well. Game that paid me so much is a game between Burnley and Liverpool. Oh my God! I was watching the game. It was game filled with passion, tension, and whatever. Honestly, I feel for Burnley. Honestly, yesterday I really felt for them. Like they really deserve a point. They gave Liverpool a run for their money. Honestly, they gave Liverpool a run for their money. Let's not forget the effort of this guy, Leslie Gochuku. Burnley was fantastic, not until the red card was given to Gochuku before he left the pitch. And even with the red card, Burnley were still imposing threat on Liverpool. Not until the that minute penalty that really spoiled the whole atmosphere of the game. Honestly, I really felt for Burnley. Like they really deserve a point from that game against Liverpool. But a big team will always be a big team. Mohamed Salah can step up, to show why he's the African best. So I give it to Liverpool. I give it to Salah, and again, another beautiful game during the weekend was the game between Newcastle and Everton and Aston Villa. You know, these two these two clubs are known for free scoring game pattern, but yesterday it was the other way around. Everton possessed the game. Like, of course, we also saw the game. Everton possessed entire of the game, but they were not clinical in front of goals. Everton was not clinical in front of goals. Had it been Everton was clinical, they would have beaten Aston Villa with no less than 2 or 3 goals. In the other way around, Aston Villa didn't really play very well. Aston Villa relied on their keeper, Emiliano Martinez, who really step up to show why he's a world best keeper. If not for the sales of Martinez, man, it would have been a very different ball game altogether. He really did it for them. So kudos to Everton, but they need more work. More work needs to be done in their finishing depth. And kudos to Aston Villa, though this is in the Aston Villa have not been Aston Villa we used to know. I don't know what's wrong with Aston Villa, but kudos to Emiliano Martinez. He came up and showed why he's the world class keeper. Well, so let's see how they're gonna perform by next week. It was a goalless draw, 0-0. So a point was shared between the two teams. I don't think it's a bad result for Aston Villa, but Everton really needed those points to keep their hopes alive. Because if you watch now, Everton is in top five or thereabout. So another good game was a game between Crystal Palace and Sunderland. Sunderland, they just came from the championship. They bought quality players, Shaka or Adingra. They bought a lot of players. Why the other way around? Crystal Palace, bought Crisanto Suche from Getafe. So the game, we expected goals in that game, but goals didn't come. So it was a goalless match, a goalless game between the two sides. Um, Thanks to keeper, Crystal Palace keeper, he made some solid saves anyway, but they decided to share the points. So it was a shared point between Crystal Palace and Sunderland. Um, Crystal Palace, I don't know. I don't know. Let's say if they see big team, they will perform very well. If they see mid clubs like them, they tend to add somehow. But it wasn't a bad result for both teams because they share the points. So let's see what happens by next weekend between them again. Another game here is game between Newcastle and Wolves. Newcastle wasn't in their best form. Likewise, Wolves also. Newcastle depends solely on their area duel. Like cross and notch. Like they didn't play fantastic football yesterday. Newcastle wasn't in their best form, and also Wolves, they lack that cutting edge. Like they didn't even really play it the way they're supposed to play. No, they struggled a lot in that game. They struggled a lot in that game. If Newcastle was clinical in front of goals, they would have given Wolves more than 2 or 3 goals. But it was a game that ended in 1-0 in favor of Newcastle. Though the most 3 points needed has been achieved. So I hope in this game they will do better. They have to do better. I think with the absence of Ishak, Newcastle will struggle because I don't Wisa might not fit in that Ishak vacuum. Ishak leaving Newcastle is gonna create a very big hole, a very big vacuum in that team. But let's see how it goes. Season just started, so that's it all for the weekend. See you guys after the Champions League football.